What's up everybody, Jesse here, or Game Over Jesse as you all may know me, and today we have some interesting news about Final Fantasy 15 on the Nintendo Switch. Now the company, at first there was a tease that they were going to be bringing Final Fantasy 15 to the Switch. Everybody knows the quote where they were joking around about how there was some word that they were going to bring to a console. The word rhymed with Twitch because they were doing an interview on Twitch or whatever. Obviously they were hinting towards the Switch. And then they come out and say that they may not be bringing Final Fantasy 15 to the Switch, that it might be this new mobile version they're making. Then they come out just a few days ago and say that they're actually working with Nintendo and Epic, who creates the Unreal Engine, to bring Final Fantasy 15 in the Unreal Engine to the Nintendo Switch because they can't get the current engine running as good as they were hoping on the Switch. And then today they come out again and the director says there are no plans to bring the game to the Switch. I don't know if he's saying this because he really means it or if he wants it to actually be a surprise when they do announce Final Fantasy 15 for the Switch. I'll read the interview right here, filmed on Go Nintendo. The interview is between the director of Final Fantasy 15, Tabata, and Famitsu. Famitsu says, "Lastly, there's been much complicated talk overseas on whether Final Fantasy 15 would or would not release on the Nintendo Switch. Please tell us about the actual situation." Tabata replies with, "It has really become complicated. I'll tell you what is really going on. As of this moment, we have no plans to bring Final Fantasy 15 to the Nintendo Switch. Nevertheless, the Switch is a piece of hardware that we all love. We're currently testing the limits of the Switch to see what kind of games we could make for it. Sorry, I'm stupid, so forgive me. We're currently in the process of looking into whether we should optimize our in-house game engine for the Switch or whether we should use Epic's Unreal Engine." This is going back to what I was talking about earlier. "Thus, it seems that people overseas have somehow misunderstood what I've said as a confirmation that we're bringing Final Fantasy 15 to Switch. Although I couldn't deny there's a chance Final Fantasy 15 will be ported over to the Switch in the future. As of this point of time, we really do not have any plans to bring it to Switch. New users can look forward to Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Editions for smartphones and Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition on PC, and existing users can look forward to new DLC in Final Fantasy 15. Raw Meat Cowboy, who I'm sure you all know from Go Nintendo, he runs the website, has this to say at the very end after the interview. "I'm so tired of the back and forth on this. We've heard so many different responses. Tabata has given plenty of interviews stateside where he seemed much more open to the idea of bringing the game to Switch. Now he's acting like it was a big misunderstanding while he clearly teased it a while back. I think the only reason the story has gotten confusing is because Tabata made it that way." I kind of agree with Raw Meat Cowboy on this. Final Fantasy 15, like, he's clearly came out and even in this interview said that it could potentially come to the Switch in the future. It's kind of contradicting each other. If they say, hey, we tested it out, it didn't work, we're not going to be doing it, then that would mean there's no plans. But saying we might bring it to the future and then saying that we don't have any current plans, it doesn't make sense to me, especially after he just says that, you know, they're working with Nintendo and with Epic to convert the engine, all the assets in the Luminous engine that Final Fantasy 15 uses, over to the Switch. And I just find it, like, maybe he wants to bring it to the Switch, like I was saying earlier. And when they do, he wants it to be a surprise, like some big announcement at maybe E3 or Gamescom, some other convention coming up next year, or even later on this year. Game Awards is coming here in a couple of months, usually in December. Maybe they want to make an announcement there with something that they're showing off. That way it's a surprise instead of something like everyone's expecting. But this is just my thoughts. Final Fantasy 15, obviously they're working on the PC version now. That means they have to work on the low settings, so like lower resolution textures, everything. They have to work on the medium settings, high settings and everything. Maybe they'll use the PS4 and Xbox One versions as like the base model for like the normal or high textures, and then PC will have ultra textures, but then for lower end PCs, they'll have the low end textures, lower shadows, lower lighting, everything like that. And then the low would possibly be what the Switch would be getting, because if the PS4 is running the equivalent of what would be high, obviously the Switch wouldn't be able to do that, so it would have to be whatever the lower medium settings, maybe a mix of both, would be for PCs. And again, if they're doing it in Unreal Engine, maybe Unreal Engine would make it run a bit better than the Luminous engine. We actually talked about this on Spawnwave's podcast just yesterday or a couple of days ago, depending on when you watch this. So it's really interesting. I hope it comes to the Switch. I played it on PS4. It looks really beautiful. I wouldn't mind playing like a 720p 30 frames per second version with like lower textures and everything. That would be completely fine as long as I can take it on the go, play it and stuff like that. That would be really great. Obviously it's going to look better, play better, run better on the console it was designed for, and then it may even run better and look even like twice as good on the PC, especially if it's going, like if you have a system to play Final Fantasy 15 at 4K resolution with 60 frames, that game would look absolutely beautiful. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know some of your thoughts down below, and thank you for watching. Also, really quick, if you're a fan of DC TV shows like The Flash comes on CW, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, even Gotham, or some of the Marvel Netflix TV shows, I have a second YouTube channel where it's me talking to the camera like this. And then I have a co-host, Averith, who helps out with some of the videos on this channel as well. And then there's going to be plenty of other people. Ashley, maybe we'll get some of the other people who have been on this channel, HMK, McIntyre, Commonwealth Ram, whoever, if they like DC. I just wanted to try something different and make a separate channel where I can post videos like that. So please, if you're a fan, go over there, subscribe, watch some of those videos, help us out with our podcast. The podcast will be a similar style to the podcast that you find on this channel, which we're going to be starting up soon as well. So if you want to know what that's going to look like, go over there, watch the podcast there, come back over here, and yeah, asking way too much from you guys. I'm sorry. Subscribe. Thank you. If you enjoy the videos on my channel, please consider subscribing, checking out my second channel focusing on movies and TV shows, and my Patreon, where you can join in as a guest in upcoming videos, watch new videos first, you can have me join in and collaborate on videos for your own channel, have custom artwork or custom avatars made of yourself or for your channel, and much more.